Hello guys, in today's video, we are going to present you the top 5 best waterproof hiking shoes available on the market. We made this list on our personal preference and sorted it based on their prices, quality, durability and reputation of the manufacturers. Check out the description to find out their prices and more information. So without further ado, let's get started. At number 5, we have Timberland Mt Maddsen Mid Waterproof. Comfortable right out of the box, the Mt Matson combines day hiking performance and style at a killer price. Both in the field and during our waterproofing test, the boot's timber dry membrane, which is made with 50% PET from recycled water bottles, successfully repelled moisture. The outsole is also made with some recycled material, and the hefty lugs offered good traction on wet, rocky and steep sections of the trail. We love the look of the full-grain leather upper, which made the boots wearable in casual settings. The heaviest boot of the bunch, we didn't feel like we were lugging bricks thanks to the spongy Vibram midsole. The TPU shank length support, but for rocky trails or backpacking trips, you will want a boot with a stiffer ankle. We noticed the tongue is slightly narrow. In order for it to lay underneath the ankle cuff, we had to continuously adjust it as we laced up. Luckily, if you don't get it just right, the gusseted design will keep debris out. Moving on to the next, at number 4 we have Sportiva Pyramid GTX. The Pyramid GTX is a supremely capable shoe, mixing traditional styling with modern construction. The nubuck leather upper is durable but incorporates nanocell mesh and channels within the boot's Gore-Tex surround membrane to get air to your foot while maintaining waterproofing. The temperature management is effective and our feet were comfortable even on warm days. The Vibram XS Trek also provided great grip even as we hiked up dry, loose, rocky trails in the National Forest of Montana. And the Sportiva Impact Brake System, a set of grooves running across the width of the hill, beat into the ground and increased the stopping power so we could stride downhill without losing our footing. We especially loved how the eyelets are built right into the leather upper, which prevents the lace loop of one boot catching on an eyelet of the other as you step. Our one hang-up is the upper was a bit stiff, requiring us to tie the boots up tighter than we'd prefer in order to prevent dirt and pebbles from finding their way in. The number 3 position is holding by Danner Trail 2650 Mid GTX. When you slip your foot into the Danner 2650, make sure you're comfortable because as soon as the laces are tied, your foot's not going to slide around in there. And we mean that in a good way. The security starts with Danner's odd-looking exohail system, a patch of exterior rubber that looks like a random piece of plastic slapped on the back of the boot as an afterthought. But it helps cup and cradle your heel, locking it in place. And since it's on the outside of the boot, you won't feel any rubbing or discomfort from the hefty construction. The super fit continues with the laces. At each individual eyelet, we could pull to our desired tightness and the lace would stay in place, even if eyelets next to each other were cinched more or less tightly. That's thanks to the wavy textured lace, which also stayed knotted better than the other boots' laces. The thin upper around the ankle didn't dig into our skin, though you may want more support if you are carrying a heavier load. The Vibram Mega Grip outsole grips and flexes well without being soft. We only slipped once a 45-degree hill covered in loose, dry gravel. A near winner for the best overall boot, the Trail 650 also managed temperature well thanks to perforated vents in the leather, but we found the boot lacking in arch support, making for some sore fit after a 12 mile per day. Moving on to the next, at number 2 we have Mammut Can Met High GTX. The Ducan Knit High is unlike any other boot in our test. Rather than padded leather around the ankle, it has a sock-like synthetic 3D knit textile upper with Gore-Tex extended comfort. The 3D knit fabric fits to your foot much better than the traditional leather or padded fabric. Plus it ventilates well, is supportive even when not tied tightly, and won't dig into your leg if you're sidestepping. We love the eyelets too, as they continue down the boot toward the toes. They track toward the outside edge, like you'd see in a soccer cleat for a secure fit. The Vibram Flextron outsole afforded great grip, allowing us to navigate slippery and rocky Pacific Northwest trails confidently. However, on a particularly sweaty hike with 3,000 feet of elevation gain over 2 miles, we found our socks soaked when we reached the top. While the ventilation could have been better, the ability to dial in the fit of the boot combined with Mammut's liberal use of breathable tech fabrics meant we only noticed minor hot spots on the pinky toes on the descent, even with the sweat-drenched socks. Mammut does make a women's version of the Ducan, but unfortunately the neat upper is swept with a more standard mesh construction. Finally, the number 1 position is dominating by Merrell Zeon Mid Waterproof. It's tough for a hiking boot to look cool, but the Zeon manages with its sharp and sneaker styling. Though, don't let the good looks fool you, this boot has a real outdoor chops. The Vibram Mega Grip sole afforded supreme traction, and the supple and flexible molded EVA midsole kept our feet feeling light, as if we were wearing nothing more than running shoes. We even found ourselves stepping into a light jog while going downhill. Yet the Zeon still has the support of a traditional boot, the high cuff lent confidence even on trails in the Teton strewn with loose, basketball-sized rocks. We did find the Zeon a tad hot, especially in the toe box where leather and rubber give increased protection but limit venting. We were willing to overlook it, though, because the boot sloughed off all the water we stomped through. The upper was easy to tie to the perfect tightness, and even when loose, the gazetta tongue kept trail debris out. But the sneaker-esque construction and forgiving fit of the upper might not be the best for heavy loads or weak ankle.